Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge may marry Taylor if he decides it's the only way to shut down Brook. It's clear that part of Ridge still loves Brook and always will, but he's been adamant about his commitment to Taylor. Still, Taylor's precariousness started washing up after Brook blew everyone down with that grand looker. Ridge tried to move Taylor that it was just a dress, but there's no denying that he felt a little of the magic Brook mentioned. Indeed so, that doesn't mean Ridge is ready to abandon Taylor and jump back into a relationship with Brook. Ridge will be a bit equivocal as this plot moves along, but we know where it's eventually going. Brook will have to reevaluate her fortune and will be in need of Nick comfort when he returns in June. It sounds like Ridge will hold establishment in his commitment to Taylor, but how will he get Brook to back off? Ridge needs a way to move Taylor, Brook, Eric and everyone differently of the woman he's picking. Maybe Ridge will indeed need to move himself that he can truly put Brook behind him. With all this in mind, we can clearly see Ridge presenting Taylor with an engagement ring and popping the question. Brook acted like new espousal were a possibility grounded on her response to Enterprise about a much bigger event. Although Brook is agitated about the possibility of a fresh launch with Ridge, her awful prognostications should end in heartache, at least until Nick comes back to comfort her. Rather of divorcing Brook, Ridge might propose to Taylor and decide to marry her in the coming weeks. Would that be enough to prove Ridge's commitment and make Brook move on with her life? Ridge may make some updates to his romantic plans soon, so stick with us for any Taylor engagement news that might be on the horizon. Katie laying into Daphne after hearing and seeing effects that she shouldn't. Katie thinks that everything at Forrester Creations is her business, indeed if it isn't. First, Katie sees Daphne kissing Carter and can't believe her eyes. Also, she eavesdrops on a discussion between Daphne and Zend, which turns out to be a veritably meaning discussion, indeed. Does she learn that Steffy brought Daphne to Los Angeles with the express purpose of sabotaging Carter and hope little achievement by luring Carter? That would be commodity that Katie would find fascinating to know. She confronts Daphne and demands to know what she's really later. Katie just might find that going after Daphne may not be as fruitful as she expects. Daphne isn't about to allow anyone to push her around, especially a Logan. Katie more watch who she plays with. Ridge has a bone to pick with Eric. Yes, Brook was a vision in that marriage gown and took Ridge's breath down on the runway, but it was still unanticipated and he wants to know why Eric did that to him. And to Taylor. Eric insists to his son that he belongs with Brook, but Ridge doesn't see it that way. He has made a commitment to Taylor and it's a commitment that he's determined to keep. Ridge can't just leave her because of another misreading with Brook. He's done that too numerous times ahead, and Taylor ended up with broken heart pattern. Ridge isn't about to risk Taylor's health for Brook and Eric's sake. Eric and Brook aren't about to give up, still. They're determined to make sure that Ridge sees the light soon. Ridge is Brook's fortune, and after the fashion show, she's more sure of that than ever. Taylor and Steffy are furious when they find out who the looker was really for. Did Eric undermine Ridge by kidnapping Taylor dress for Brook? Does Eric get his communication across? Taylor Hayes was invited to the show by Ridge Forrester. Ridge asked Taylor to be at that fashion show, which was surprising. Still, he may have had an ulterior motive. Ridge has no problem with exhibiting his relationship with Taylor in Brook's face. The looker was obviously a marriage gown, veritably near to the one Brook had worn times agone. Could Ridge be planning to propose to Taylor now that he's made a marriage dress for her? Eric put Brook in the looker to remind Ridge of what he's missing. Eric knows that Ridge got frenetic at Brook and ran into Taylor's arms for malignancy. Eric knows that Ridge loves Brook and belongs with her. Still, Ridge is going to do what he wants to do. Ridge argues that he's in a relationship, still, he cannot deny that his father is getting to him. Brook Logan was only trying to help while Ridge is out of the office. Brook wanted to have a chance to talk Carter into giving the company back to the Forresters. Brook didn't like what Carter and Hope had done. Taking the company was wrong and Brook wanted Carter to realize that. Still, Ridge didn't want to hear anything she had to say about it. Eric, on the other hand, knows that Ridge is only with Taylor because of what Brook had done. Eric at least believed what Brook had to say. Eric is trying his stylish to help Brook to win Ridge back. Suckers believe Brook deserves better. Eric needs to stop playing matchmaker and rather encourage Brook to leave Ridge to his own bias. Steffy and Taylor will no doubt be each about condemning Brook for stealing Taylor's dress. Still, Eric will have to fess up on this one since he chose to put Brook in the looker. Eric knew exactly what he was doing by putting Brook in that dress. That isn't going to make Taylor or Steffy back off of Brook's case about it. Taylor got herself and Brook locked up in the vault because she wanted to defy her. Taylor was in the way when it came to the models and the fashion show. If Ridge wanted Taylor in that dress, he should have taken care of it on his own. Was Taylor cheated out of modeling the dress that was firstly made for her? Will they forgive Eric for sabotaging the surprise? That was Eric always on Brook Logan's platoon, or did he just switch to her platoon right now? That's what a lot of suckers can't help but wonder. Keep reading below for everything you need to know. Indeed, though Ridge Forrester has made it clear as day that he doesn't want anything to do with Brook now that he's with Taylor Hayes, she keeps trying to fit herself into his life again. And it's Eric, her father-in-law, who seems to be encouraging this jest by telling her to go after what she wants. Still, this advice is also relatively poisonous as Brook is fated for nothing but heartbreak. That's why so numerous people can't help but wonder, why is Eric trying to lead Brook on in this way? As our pious compendiums can imagine, the internet had a lot to say about the matter on social media. Some have indeed reflected with, Eric has always been platoon Brook from day one. He can't be with her, so he'd rather see Ridge with Brook. He only tolerates Taylor for Ridge's sake while she's around. He has no way said he wanted Ridge with Taylor, however, I surely no way heard him say it, if he did. When Eric eventually set up out that Brook was carrying the hubby of Bridget's child, he was angry at her for roughly 10 twinkles and also forgave her. Still, also there's literally nothing Brook can do for Eric to be frenetic, if you can forgive someone so presto for such an insupportable sin. And also there was this comment as well, Eric wants what Brook wants for herself. If she said she wanted to be with Liam, he'd wish her the stylish and might help make it be. I suppose Eric just want Ridge with Brook because indeed though he doesn't want her himself, but he wants her close. He principally wants to have his cutlet and eat it. Will and Electra are all kittenish before the fashion show. Across the way, Steffy greets Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt. They're all thrilled they're using Heidi's song in the show. Heidi congratulates Steffy on the show and her parents getting back together. With that, they head off to look at the jewelry. Taylor arrives and she says Ridge invited her. Eric heads over to Brook and says he knows it can't be easy to see them together. He reminds Brook about the big surprise she has planned for the show, which will drift everyone over.